Well, hello. Hi, Lynn. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Hi.
There you Yeah. So
Yeah.
we are here again. We were just live a few nights ago. You didn't actually get to be with us, but we were live a few nights ago and you were busy, and so it was Haley and I. But yeah, we're going live tonight. If anybody is doesn't know what I'm doing, what in the world is Anita doing? um, just so you know, if you're new, I've written a book and it is a devotional, and that devotional is walking through the Bible alphabetically, and tonight is about Colossians. Are you there, Lynn? I think Lynn is is Lynn. Are you there, Lynn? I don't know if Lynn's here. Well, if you are new, so basically the reason why I'm going live is because I've written a book, I've written a devotional, and that devotional is called Rinse, Reflect, Repeat. And so what I have been doing is encouraging people to walk through the Bible and read the Bible alphabetically every single in a year. And so I have designed and modeled this devotional, and it's so fun because you walk through reading the Bible, and instead of starting at Genesis or starting in Matthew, you start with the A's and go through the whole entire Bible alphabetically. And it just so happens that we just finished the book of Colossians, and so every single time that we finish a book in the Bible, then I go live with whoever wants to go live and discuss it. And tonight we have Lynn here. And so yes, yay, we have a follower here, Marty. Hi, she is my mother-in-law. And so she was just saying that she could hear us. So tonight we were going to talk about Colossians, and it was a super short book, right? Have you ever read the book of Colossians before, Lynn? Lynn, can you hear me? I don't know what's happening with Lynn, but are you there, Lynn?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're going in and out, so I'm not sure,
I'm
but
not having audio right now.
oh, gotcha. And you're going in and out. So, so the reality of it is, the devotional it's really short. If you wanted to catch up to us, you could just read the book of Colossians. It's only four chapters. It's super short, and I divided it up into 2 different days. So um, you would just read 2 chapters each day. And so basically what I did was on the on the uh, first one, a I talked about a verse that was called I titled it 8 Truths in One Simple Prayer, because basically what Colossians is, it's Paul is in prison and he wrote a letter to the Colossian church. And in that Colossian church, he was encouraging them. And in the very beginning of the book of Colossians, there's this prayer. And this prayer that Paul said was that he was really praying that they would be filled with the knowledge of his will, and that they would have spiritual wisdom and understanding, so that they would live in a manner worthy of the Lord, so that they would please him. And that he prayed this prayer. It was so cool, this prayer. And he prayed for them to bear fruit in all of their good works, and that they would increase in the knowledge of God, and that they would have power according to his might. And the reason for that is so that they would have steadfastness and patience. And then he prayed that they would continually and joyfully give thanks to God. And this prayer that Paul prayed was just so cool. And so I encouraged my viewers and my readers to memorize this prayer and to really take to heart what this prayer is all about. And so that was one of the things that I just wanted to encourage you. If you have not read the book of Colossians, it's super short again, and it only took 2 days in with my devotional. In fact, you could probably sit down with the book of Colossians and read it in one sitting. And yet, with the purposes of my devotional, I divided it up into 2 different days. So anyway, I really wanted you to focus on this prayer that Paul prayed for the people, so that you would really grasp his heart. And his heart was to pray over the Colossians so that they would live a life that was worthy of the Lord. And so I love this little book. It's so fun. And so if you have not read the book of Colossians, I would recommend that you read it. And if you have a good memory, or if you're trying to memorize scripture, Colossians 1:9-12 is that prayer that I encourage the people to, to encourage them to memorize it. There you are, Lynn. How are you?
I'm here.
Okay, we couldn't hear you, or I don't know if you got lost or what happened, but yeah, you're here. So
My internet connection is really weak for some reason. I'm here.
Okay. Well, so then, so did you have any takeaways or anything that you wanted to share? Are you there, Lynn? Lynn is not able to join us, I guess. But anyway, okay, so if you are watching and you haven't read the book of Colossians, then I would definitely encourage you to, because Paul is really, his heart is really to encourage and to instruct the people of Colossae. And so then my second devotion really pertained, and I called it Salty Talk. And the verse that I used, it was called, "Let your speech always be with grace, as though seasoned with salt, so that you will know how you should respond to each person." And I talked about my name. My name actually means grace, and sometimes we don't always feel graceful, but God really does help us in our walk with him. And he encouraged the Colossians to have this salty talk, is what I call it. And that means, like, when we're out and about and living a life out there are people that are going to be around us that do not believe or do not have faith. And maybe they're just looking for someone to pour salt into them and to talk in a way that would grab them to want to know who God is. And so Paul is just really encouraging the Colossians church to live a life and to really know his will and to have spiritual understanding and be strengthened in his power, so that they could live a manner worthy of the Lord. And in that midst of walking, he wants us to even talk with grace, so that when we're out there, when we're living, when we're out there talking to people would enjoy hearing about God. And that's what this devotional is all about. So if you are new here and you don't know what I'm doing, or you don't know what I'm talking about, just look, I wrote this book, and that's what we have been talking about. Are you back, Lynn? It looks like Lynn is having a poor connection and is not able to join me very well. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys to encourage you to read the book of Colossians. He has a lot of things in there. He talks about how Christ is God, and Christ is head of the church and union with Christ. And he just encourages people who are living in that Colossians church to really know what his will is. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys really quick. Colossians is a very short book. It's only 4 chapters, and there's some really neat truths in the book of Colossians that I hope that you glean from. And just as always, if you have not seen what I am doing, I wrote this book. It's called Rinse, Reflect, Repeat, and it's a devotional on a guide to basically walking through the Bible alphabetically and doing it all in 1 year. And what I've been doing is encouraging. And so if you don't know about the Facebook group, I've got a Facebook group called Rinse, Reflect, Repeat. And you can come in there and post things and, just talk about what you've gleaned from, if you glean some things. And then what I do is after every single book that we do, I go live and just talk about it a little bit. And sometimes people join me, sometimes they don't, but most of the time people have joined me. And when they join me, they share their golden nuggets. And so what that means is tomorrow, if you want to jump in on us, we're going to start the book of First Corinthians. That's the next book. And we're going to read through the book of First Corinthians this week. So if you are wanting to be challenged to read the Bible, this would be a great way to do it. So jump on board, and you can use my devotional to do that. If you don't have my devotional, you can go to Amazon and pick it up. And that's really what I've been doing. It's just helping people and encouraging people to read the Bible. I mean, there's so many times where we, might say we're a Christ follower or whatever, but we've never read the Bible. And that part is what I want everyone to understand, is that reading the Bible is our manual. And so I love that we are starting in the C books. We've been in the C books. So tomorrow, if you are wanting to read the Bible more, tomorrow is a great way to start. So, look, we have a comment here. Incredible book. 2 people this week have shared with me their excitement of this new journey for them. Okay, so just so you know who Michael is, I've got to share with you who Michael is. Michael is the reason why this book is in print. Okay, I mean, I don't want to say he's the reason. I mean, but basically and I'm gonna I share that story coming up in the devotional, but basically what happened was and I tried to get Michael on tonight, but he'll have to pray for his dad. He's dealing with some things. But anyway, what happened was I posted a picture of this is just one of the 3-ring binders. You can see how torn and whatever it is. These are notes through the years. And what happened was I posted a picture of my 3-ring binder on social media, and Michael he's a film producer in Nashville, and he sent me a message, and he said, Anita, you have a book there, and we all need to read it. And I was like, what? And he's like, no, yeah, you have a book there, and you need to write it. So he spurred in me something more. Okay, so he said I only lit the fuse. He lit the fuse of the work that I guess I had done from years past. But Michael is such a he's such a reason for. He believed in me, and believed that there was something there when I never would have thought that. And so anyway, someday I will I will share more about that story. But anyway, so yeah, just if you haven't started reading the Bible or you want to jump in there or get back on track, tomorrow is the best way to start. So tomorrow we're going to start on First Corinthians. And so First Corinthians starts tomorrow. That means it only takes like 5 days to read First Corinthians. In fact, or 6 days. And so 5 days. It takes 5 days. And so Friday night will be the next time I'll go live and we'll talk about First Corinthians. So if anybody would like to join, it'll be Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I just want to say, I want to tell you this. Next Saturday, I have a speaking engagement. And so if you're watching and just can think about me, I'll be finalizing that this week, and they want me to speak about a couple of the things that I've written in here specifically. And I want to go and encourage. There's a lady here in the Kansas City metropolitan area that is launching a women's ministry, and I'm going to be being a speaker for that launch, and they're going to be using my book with some studies afterwards and stuff. So I am really encouraged that this is growing, and I'm praying this Saturday for those ladies. So if you guys can think about it this week and I come to your mind, then I would appreciate your prayers. And Saturday, I'm looking forward to speaking to this women's ministry launch, kind of the keynote speaker there. And so I'm excited about that. So anyway, encouraging you guys to just start on First Corinthians tomorrow. And I will see you guys Friday night. I love y'all.